This is Neil Schneider from Meant to Be Seen at CES 2018. To my immediate right is Jeff Fenton. He is the Director of Marketing for a company called eSight. Welcome to the program, Jeff.
Neil, thanks for having me.
So tell us, what does eSight do?
eSight allows someone who's legally blind to actually see. It's mind-boggling, futuristic technology, but it's here now. It helps someone who's legally blind to see what's in front of them, to be mobile, to really, get back to all the parts of their life that they would have had to abandon with their vision loss.
Okay, well, why don't you hold the device up for our audience to see? So maybe you could explain how it works.
This is eSight. It's worn like a normal pair of glasses. They're really light. They're really sleek. We get a lot of comparisons to Star Trek, understandably so. It's got a camera in the front. That camera is capturing exactly what's in front of the wearer, and then it's enhancing it under this hood in virtually real time. It's putting it onto two screens that are right in front of the wearer's eyes. These screens are high definition OLED displays, and they'll show them a really crisp picture that's optimized for their visual impairment.
Now, is it one camera for each eye, or is it one camera for both eyes?
So you got one camera and two screens, and we actually use really advanced optics and two custom crystal prisms to bring in the light and send as much information to the brain through the eyes that someone who's blind or living with low vision can see exactly what's in front of them.
Okay, so now I know this is intended for the visually impaired, so I don't know how important resolution is, but can you speak to the resolution of the device?
Yeah, it's high definition. We have a zoom that goes 24 times, which if you're visually impaired, that's helping you become the best sighted individual in the room. It actually tilts up, which allows someone who's visually impaired to still access their peripheral vision. We designed this so that someone who's legally blind can see the way the sighted can. So really crisp resolution, using their hands while they use their sight, being able to be mobile, and all of this in a really small and compact form factor that is just over 100 grams and distributes evenly on your head.
So when you say high definition, do you mean 720p per eye, or what's
So they're two high definition screens and 720 per eye. The camera is obviously high definition, and there's virtually no latency. There's virtually no lag, which means that the picture that someone's seeing on these two high def screens, that's effectively what's happening in real time. So they can't see any delay. So there's no nausea. There's no issues of imbalance. It's being seen as it's happening.
Okay, so I mean, there's all kinds of measure of visual impairment. Is this intended for a certain type of people who have visual impairment? Like, who's it intended for?
So it's intended for anyone who has low vision or legal blindness. So if you have a visual acuity of 20/80 or worse, you'd be considered visually impaired and having low vision. If you have an acuity of 20/200 or worse, you're considered legally blind. We help both of those, so 20/80 or worse in your better eye. And what that means is that for the 253 million people out there who are living with vision loss, we can help the overwhelming majority. So if you have an acuity of 20/80 or worse, you or if you know someone should find out about eSight, because we've helped individuals from all walks of life. We have individuals with severely impaired vision, and they're using eSight to see and be mobile and really live their life fully.
So I take it, is this something that's intended to be worn and never taken off during the day? Like, how would you describe the experience?
Everyone's different. So we have some wearers who will say, I'm never taking this off, and understandably so. We have a lot of people who use it in the workplace. So when they get down to their desk or on their studio floor, they'll put it on and they'll wear it for their workday. We have some wearers who want to use it when they're at home, when they're cooking, when they're watching TV, when they're reading to their children. So it really depends on what they want to use their sight for. We don't prescribe that it has to be used a certain amount of hours in a day. It's completely up to the wearer. And because it's not surgically invasive, because you put it on like a pair of glasses and take it off when you'd like, it gives them the flexibility to have it on as long as they'd like.
Now, what about battery life? I mean, are there any limitations?
Yeah, so it's a rechargeable battery. It will last with the power pack we ship it with for about 7.5 to 8 hours. But it also plugs in if someone's at their desk or they're at home reading. So we purpose built this for seeing the way someone who's sighted can. My eyes don't run out of battery, and we want to make sure that when someone has this, they're continuing to see. And if someone wants to go out for a 10 or 12 hour hike, and we have some users who do that, they can bring on an external power pack so that their eSight stays powered up.
Now, is there any computer horsepower needed to drive this? Is it like a standalone pair of glasses, or do you need, let's say, a smartphone or a tablet or a computer attached to this in any way?
Yeah, I mean, this is all happening in this pair of glasses. We have a remote. The remote will help someone control things like focus, zoom in. It'll help them change contrast. It does autofocus, but if they want to manipulate that, they can. They can take pictures with this. But remarkably, it's all happening in this really sleek, really compact device. No external computer you have to tether to, no additional applications. You put this on and you are seeing. And for anyone who wants to, have an emotional moment or a tear in their eye, they can watch any of the videos on our website or on our YouTube channel to see what happens when someone who's blind puts this on for the first time.
So just to set the expectations, what type of restoration can people look forward to? Are they going to be able to drive again? What would be a realistic expectation?
So for a lot of our wearers, they go to 2020. The first way we measure someone's success is with a standard eye chart. We have people from 2200, 2300, 2400, all the way up to 20 over 2400 in one case. And they can go back to 2020 on the eye chart. Now, everyone's different, but a lot of our wearers tell us it helps them read fine print. It helps them zoom across the street. It helps them see jersey numbers on the field that their children are playing soccer or hockey on. So they really can see the picture clearly. They can see what's in front of them with just stunning clarity. And again, we encourage people to try the technology so that they can really see for themselves the impact, because people do want to try this. It is remarkable and it sounds remarkable, but the proof's in this proverbial pudding, and we want people to put it on and try it for themselves.
Something I don't understand is, if people are losing their sight, what's the difference between having a pair of glasses in front of your eyes versus seeing the world around you naturally? What's different about this?
Yeah, it's a great question. Vision loss is very limiting, and most might not realize that if someone's visually impaired, it can look like there is a huge beach ball, a black beach ball, or a black blind spot in front of your eyes. Other conditions, it can be what's in front of you, but it's all blurred, or looking through a kaleidoscope, or colors are off. It's unfathomable how harrowing this disease is. What eSight does is optimizes for a few things to bring that picture back to the picture that you or I might see. So first of all, it's going to magnify, and it's going to bring that picture so close to the eye, but in a way that's allowing the user to wear this comfortably and not have to bring a menu or a page up to their eye. It's going to optimize the contrast, which again is part of our secret sauce. And then honestly, there's the part that we call magic. There's the algorithm and the way that we enhance the image, and the way we present it in front of your eyes, and the way that these prisms bend and refract the light that allow us to put this final picture in front of your eyes that's helping you see it clearly. So you compare that to when it's a blind spot there, or when it's blurred, and we're getting rid of those symptoms. We're getting rid of that reality so that you can see the true reality that's in front of you.
Okay. Now, there's two types of focus. There's the focus that the camera sees, and then there's the focus that our eyes see. Yeah. How do you handle the eye focus?
So for those who have a prescription, we actually build it right into the glasses. So we cut a pair of prescription lenses. They pop right into the device, very modular. We do that for you. And then the device itself will actually autofocus. So coming back to this idea of building a device that helps you see the way someone who is sighted can. My eyes autofocus. So the device itself will autofocus short, medium, long ranges, so I can be reading a menu at a restaurant and then look across the table and see, my spouse's face.
Okay, very good. How can people get their hands on the glasses?
They can get these first by going to eSighteyewear.com. They can learn about either trying it in the comfort of their own home, experiencing eSight in a center near them. If you know someone who's visually impaired, if you believe in our cause, you can visit makeblindnesshistory.com. You can help someone who's legally blind access this technology, because not everyone can afford it, and we're trying to make blindness history. So visit makeblindnesshistory.com to join our mission.
And how much is it?
eSight's $9,995.
Okay, all right. So, well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, this is Neil Schneider from Meant to Be Seen at CES 2018. We will, of course, be back for more. Thank you very much.